What it do, clowning around Python crew? It's your boy Dustin back with another one. So, like I promised, weekly videos every Sunday. I'm gonna start posting. Few things, a couple updates. Number one, I finally got some good locks. I switched things up around a little bit. So it's going to be a dual-sider clutch with one of my females here. I'll show you just which one. This beautiful girl here. She is my GHI Leopard Pastel Het for Clown. She is absolutely freaking gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. And she has been paired up with this beautiful boy here. This is Apollo. This is my clown boy. He has been off food a little bit lately during the breeding season. All he wants to do is mate. So that's what I've been letting him do. And also, this boy here, who I finally got him to eat for me. Went off food for a little bit, but he took down a nice large rat that one of my females did not want. This female is actually one that had laid for me this last season here, and she's been having a hard time getting back onto food. I got her to eat quite a few times. There was a point where she was actually eating twice in a week with medium, so I just went ahead and bumped her up to larges and did that once a week. She still has not built up her body size like she should, but it's also breeding season again, and so she's fighting that. But this is my pastel OD pinstripe. She's got something else in her too, because with my banana cinnamon Mojave boy, they made a blue-eye leucistic. So definitely something else in there. I'm not sure what, but you know. This girl here, my bamboo mahogany girl, she had gotten up to size and started building her follicles. She started showing me after a little over 6 months, almost 7 months, she showed me that she's ready to breed again. So I have been also pairing her up with my clown boy, my visual clown boy. I tried to do it with this boy, my vanilla clown, who is up to size. He's just a little bit smaller, and everything. He's up to size. He's up to age. Everything else, but he just doesn't know what to do, which is normal. What else? Oh, this girl I've had been pairing up with my acid butter het clown boy that you saw earlier. This boy here is Aries. I'm excited for that just because she's a super citrus pastel NG Fire OD. This is what she looks like. There she is. Hi, mamas. She gave me her first shed, and then she's developing. And so, if you know what I'm talking about, you know that females typically go through 2 sheds. And then so the first shed is, sign that everything good is worked. She's building, blah, 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 blah. And then the second shed will be her 30-day shed. So, looking forward to that. And so those will be all hopefully, excuse me, I had to pop my knee there. But hopefully I can prove most of those guys out for 50% het for clown. I'm going to send some shed tests in for at least half the clutch, and hopefully pick out some of the better ones that are indeed het for clown. What else? Oh, something else that I'm looking forward to is we are looking like we're going to get some shed testing for lace, which will be amazing because hearing that, I looked at my leopard spot nose possible lace het clown female. So I have an opportunity to make some, to possibly make some lace Batmans, which is something that I would really love to do. I've seen it with Enchi and Fire, and I really like that, but I want to see what they look like without those genes. Also, anyways, so she actually was in shed to get, long story short there. So I got a shed prepared, set aside, so that once I hear that they have shed testing for lace, immediately I'm going to send it. And I'm going to ask for that test. So yeah, there's that. I'm excited about that. My little man's sleeping, so I don't want to try, or I want to try not to be too loud. But I want to show a little bit real quick how I did change things up a little bit, just to kind of organize. Eventually, that tub at the bottom there is where I keep all my bedding, and then those are my rat tubs. So when I go pick up rats, because right now I do not breed my own rats, which will be very, very, very soon changed by this tax season. I hope to change that and have a rat rack situated for myself. A buddy of mine is going to do the work for me, and I'm going to buy the proper utensils to make sure that it's being done right. And I'm going to be going down there every week to make sure that they are being taken care of properly, and if they're not, do what I need to do. Just because I don't have really a space for breeding rats. So, living in an apartment with my son, my sons and my wife, we don't have the space for that. And then I'm going to be adding an extra layer, level of the ARS rack. I'm going to get some more 5540s, probably one or two, just so I have, another 4 to 8 open tubs, because I'm going to have some holdbacks that I'm going to need to eventually move over to those tubs. Another thing is I'm going to be, if you know anybody, or if you yourself build racks and are willing to help me out with, because right now I had lost my job, and so my finances are really tight right now. I went through my savings pretty much. My family had to help me out, and I'm still getting back up to that. So if you could help me out with a good deal, if you have, or if you know anybody that builds racks, I need a custom hatchling rack that can at least hold 40 hatchlings. So hit me up on Instagram. If you have an Instagram, leave the link in the comments so that I can hit you up. But yeah, I'm gonna need to get another hatchling rack situated as well, because we're gonna be preparing a couple extra clutches this season. I should have probably gotten the hatchling rack already, but like I said, situation happened where it was out of my control. So anyways, on a happier note, I'm really looking forward to some of these pairings. Most of these pairings are going to are going to have some holdbacks for me to keep, excuse me. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I just got done making sure, because I dumped out the water and everything, but cleared out the incubator, wiped it down, it's all nice and fresh, so that this way, when we're ready for more eggs, I can get that all hooked up. What's another thing? Oh, shoot. Wednesday. I am going to be joining everybody on not another reptile podcast with everybody. Shout out to Holly and them. I appreciate the invite and all that, and thank you, Python Susie. Appreciate you very much, bro. I appreciate that very much, getting me all situated and hooked up with that. I'm looking forward to the opportunity with talking with you guys. I'm nervous, but excited. So catch us on there. And so, yeah, a little sneak peek. I'm going to show you a ball python that I produced this last season that we are over here at Clowning Around Pythons. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z. Sorry. Dragon Ball Z is one of my favorite animes. You can't tell me Goku ain't a goat. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, this boy is one that we're going to be keeping over here at Clowning Around Pythons. He's going to be part of the breeding facility. I have plans for him. It's going to take a little bit of time for him to be ready for the exact plans that I want to do, but he can also help me out with a couple other plans that I have down the road here. Like, for instance, with my lesser desert ghost female here. I'll show her off real quick. There she is. Hi, mamas. Hi, pretty girl. Hi. Hi. Hi there. She's really pretty. The light in the camera really does not do her justice as far as how just gorgeous she is. Hey, mamas. I know, you're very, very head shy. Very head shy. I don't understand why, really. But anyways, she's a gorgeous, gorgeous girl. And I'm really excited to get her up to size. It will take some time, and by the time the boy I'm going to show you here that we're going to be holding back is up to size, hopefully so will she, so we can get him paired up with her. So, and without further ado, there you go, mamas. I still haven't named her yet. I'm thinking about it. I really don't know what I'm going to name her yet, but we'll see. This boy was actually named my son James, my oldest. He actually named him. But without further ado, here he comes. Well, that's a little discouraging, guys. Hold on one second. So I had fed him about, what was it? What's today? Today's Sunday, so that was on Wednesday. So I held him on Saturday. So yesterday. And it looks like he may have regurgitated his meal. It was a good sized meal. Out of stress. Which makes me very sad because I don't want him to be stressed out. Which doesn't make sense because I feel like he should have been at least mostly digested through that, but shit happens. But hi buddy, come here. How you doing? Yeah, you're feeling a little more empty, huh? I'm sorry, handsome. But without further ado, here he is, ladies and gents. The gorgeous boy himself. This is Zuka. This is our banana pinstripe. Possible cinnamon. Possible pastel as well. Just because of the tops of him. And then His little eyes. They could be part of the banana part, but he has some really blue eyes. Like, I could see it. But this little boy will be a holdback. I'm going to be working him into some Banana Desert Ghosts combos, Banana Clown combos, and eventually down the road, some Banana Pieds. Something that I don't plan on doing is staying in the Pieds for very long. And the reason being is I'm not actually a big fan of Pied. And it was an accident that I even got into Pied. The reason why I say that is the person that I purchased my Pied female in the very beginning. That was where it all started, right? I understood it to be hypo, not het Pied. And I'm not going to tell anybody who it was that I got that snake from. You might already know from past videos if you've seen it or whatever, but eventually I found out that it was actually het for Pied. This particular person, at the same time, before selling me the snake, was telling me that they were wanting to get into the Pied projects and asked me nicely not to get into them, but anyways, it just became a weird situation with that. But anyways, with him selling me that Pied, or het Pied female, that's when I was like, you know what, as I have it now, that I can use it, I ended up buying a second snake from that same person, getting a Devil Het Clown Pied male. He is my OD Fire Het Clown Het Pied. And so, figured, I can make some Pieds with her, or with him and her. I can use that same boy to make some of the clown projects that I was looking into making. So, it worked out. But the more I look at Pied projects, it's kind of like, they're cool. I like a lot of the low white Pieds, but I don't know. I'm just not really as into that project. And I know you want to breed things that are, sought after. People are going to want them. You want it to at least be a desirable genetic to work with, which Pied is. And it holds its value very, very well. But it's just not one that I personally am into. So eventually, once I make the Pied projects that I want to make out of what I have, okay, not what I get from here down the road, what I have now. And I've already made that kind of decision where I don't care if I get other males down the road. I'm not making anything else with them. And I'm not going to be buying anything else with Pied. Which kind of takes a damper on getting this male that I thought about getting, which is a VPI Pied. He's already ready to breed. A really, really good deal on him, too. But it just means that I'm investing into a project that I'm not putting my heart into and my soul into, and it's going to be half-assed. Pardon my French for anybody there that just does not like cursing, but that's where I'm at. So, anyways, when I make my Pied projects that I want to make, eventually I have a buddy of mine, his name's Cody. He's going to be part of my videos here pretty soon. We're going to start getting him situated where he is going to be part of the videos. You'll start seeing him on the egg cutting videos. That's when you're going to start meeting him. I'm mentoring him a little bit. I know I'm new, and I'm still learning. There's so much I'm still learning. But he doesn't know really anything about it other than what I've taught him already. So he's kind of leaving it up to me to get him into the projects that's going to be beneficial to him. And he's a good friend of mine. I've known him for years. I've known him since I was 16 years old. So I'm 29, almost 30. I'll be 30 this upcoming year in August. So it's like, I've known him for a very long time. So I want him to succeed. And especially since he's going to be part of clowning around pythons, I want him to succeed not only just for him, but while he's with me, it just better represents me and my breeding situation. Eventually down the road, he just might, step off and do his own thing, which will be great. That's what I hope for him. I don't want him to be, feeling like he needs me to be successful. I want him to get to a point where he's comfortable doing it himself. It means that I'm doing a good job. And I did a good job teaching him and getting him comfortable enough to want to do it on his own. But I'm going to end up giving him first dibs. I'm probably not going to charge him on a couple of the snakes, depending on what it is, but he'll be getting an immense deal once he wants to, step away, and I'm ready to do that. I'll set him up with some really good pied projects, because he's got some stuff that would work really well with what I've got and what I'm going to be making. So, but what he doesn't take, I'm going to be selling off on Morph Market, and they're going to be on kind of like an auction deal. I'm going to just put everything on auction. So this won't be for some time. I'm just getting started in some of the pied projects. So right now I've got my Blackhead Red Stripe Hurricane Boy, and I've been pairing him up with my Fire NG Yellow Belly G-Nex Het Pied. So 50% het pieds with that, hopefully, and then I'm going to be keeping a male and a female, breed the male back to mom, and hopefully improve him up. Do some shed testing most likely as well, just to kind of save myself some trouble. But anyways, that's just kind of one of my plans once I'm done with that project. Once I'm done with any of my projects, I'm going to do auction stuff, because I would prefer doing it that way. If I'm done with a project, whatever I get from the auctions, I'm going to put towards projects that I want to do. And auctions are a really good way, in my opinion, especially as a new breeder, to be able to, and I can add in a little extension if I'm like, it's not quite, and I can put a minimum on there. It has to hit at least this much before, and if it doesn't, it just doesn't sell. So I can do that and make sure that I at least don't get way underballed on something. But this way, breeders out there can get a really good deal on a project that makes sense to them and that they would very much like to get into. And I think that Morph Market has a great thing with that going on. So I really like the auction part. I haven't won anything on auction yet. I do feel like we should limit on how many times the person can set set extra time on there, because they see that it's just going up. Like the last couple of people are just dueling it out, because I dueled it out with this dude for freaking a good 2-3 extra 5-minute periods because they saw it was doing well and picking up. I think we should just limit it to one because it eventually got to a point where I could not afford it, and I won that first round. But because they saw that I was doing that, I missed out on the snake, which I felt was a little unfair. He ended up getting the snake, he or she ended up getting the snake. Which I'm not trying to sit here belly aching about the situation. I'm glad that somebody was able to get a good deal on the snake. But, my little thoughts on that. But yeah, I just feel like it's a good idea. And I think it's beneficial to the breeders, and I want to give back because I got some really good deals. I've got some really good advice from breeders like, Darren over at Sloan Morphs. Fucking appreciate you, bro. Will and his wife, I can't remember, it's Audra or Audrey, over at Flawless Exotics. TJ over at Keys. Wiz, you can't see me, hold on. Wiz, big brother Wiz over at, so he just had a daughter. Wiz Constrictors is, I hope nothing but the best for them and their family. But anyways, and then Brian, obviously, R.I.P. Big, great guy, I never got to meet him in person. I had planned on going out there before his sickness, and then as soon as I got my plane tickets and everything figured out on when I was going to head out there, I find out he was dying. And I, as somebody who lost family to cancer, I wish that their friends that were there would have left more time for us family members to have been able to actually grieve, because they were just coming in all the time, and I did not appreciate it. So I decided it was best for me and for them to wait. So I did not get to meet them. So that sucks. But, yeah, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one next week. I wanted to update you guys. Those guys are just amazing people. I've gotten great advice from them. And I want to share that with my buddy Cody and with anybody else. So if you have any questions that I can answer, if you're new to the breeding scene and hobby, and this is like your first season or second season, and maybe you had a really rough first season and you have some questions, feel free to hit me up. You can always hit Darren over at Sloan Morphs. There's so many people out there that are willing to be there for you. So keep rocking, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.